Today's topic is relating to agriculture land. How to effect the khata? Who is having right over the agriculture land is concerned. I think usually you are come across several RTC. RTC means right of records. That is Pahani in Kannada, Pahani Patrike. That is deals with chapter 11 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. Now, if we want to purchase the property of agricultural land, you have to get permission from the Tahsildar or the above authorities. They have to make an application before the authority to say that we need to purchase the agricultural land. We have to make an application before the Tahsildar representing stating that I want to purchase the agricultural land because I want to establish the garden or farmhouse or anything. You should make an application before the Tahsildar of concerned taluk. This is one thing. Because for practical purpose is concerned, why I have chosen this topic is concerned, because every day there are dispute relating to the Pahanis. Somebody is going to file objection stating that he is not having possession, though he is having the title deeds. Likewise, somebody is going to file objection to the Tahsildar stating that he is not entitled to incorporate the name of the agriculturist in the RTC. So therefore, what are the requirements to get the name of the agriculturist in the RTC? These are the documents are required under section 127 to effect the mutation. Section kindly may be noted, chapter 11, section 127 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. So it is initiation of the entering into the RTC. Now, how you have to approach to the authority? What are the documents are necessary to effect the mutation? So this description is available at section 128 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. That is, by way of succession. My grandfather dies, I have to make an application by way of inheritance. I have succeeded the property. Therefore, by way of succession also, you have to approach before the authority. Next, survivorship. Now we are the 3 members of the family. We have survived by way of inheritance, by way of succession. Therefore, under the survivorship is concerned, our right, our name shall be incorporated in revenue records. Next, the inheritance. Inheritance always immediately after death of the khata holder or mutation holder. Immediately we have to make an application for effect of entries in revenue record. Next, partition deed. Partition deed is required for the purpose of getting khata, provided there is a one proviso. If 2 or 3 brothers they want to partition of the land, the partition deed shall be registered along with the sketch. That is, whatever they are having possession, whatever the boundaries are fixed, that sketch shall be accompanied along with the partition deed, and assessment going to make in accordance with the register deed of the sketch. So therefore, the partition is also required to effect the mutation. Then mortgage. The always agriculturist, they are availing crop loans before the land development banks. So while getting the mortgage of their property, their name automatically going to incorporate at column number 11 of the RTC. And gift deed, registered gift deed shall be placed for effect of khata. Lease, lease agreement, if it is registered, they can also make an application for effect of mutation. If tenant, tenant is also entitled. So likewise, all these documents are necessary to effect the mutation. Now I think you are come across several disputes relating to effect of mutation. That is means the disputed cases. Who is going to be deal with? That is Deputy Tahsildar, who is having jurisdiction to deal with the disputed cases, or the Tahsildar himself of the concerned taluk. They have to initiate the proceeding on receipt of objection letter. Notice shall be issued to whose name is appeared in the RTC, and also to who has filed the objection. The notice shall be issued, the proceeding shall be conducted, and detailed order, the RTC dispute, shall be passed, stating that so and so place the document, that is the Deputy Tahsildar or Tahsildar, going to pass the order stating that he is the owner and he has submitted several documents to establish that, and objections filed by objector, it cannot be accepted because he has objected. Therefore, Tahsildar or Deputy Tahsildar, immediately they can recommend to, by passing the order, to recommend incorporate the name in the RTC. Next, section 129A, whatever lands earmarked and whatever lands having ownership, the patta book is going to be issued under section 129. In patta book, the name of khatedar, the name of the survey number of land, village name, and which taluk it is comes. That patta book particular, and what are the crops are raising, everything is available in the patta book, that is under section 129 going to be issued in favor of the owner. Now, under section 130 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act, there is a obligation to furnish the certified copy. Now, RTC is concerned, today's value, the certified copy, if you want to get particular survey number, who is the owner and who is having possession, all the particulars are available. Any other rights are accrued, it is also available in the RTC. So therefore, we have to make an application before the Tahsildar, and they have to oblige to issue the certified copy of the RTC on payment of now fixed. Today's valuation of the RTC is 15 rupees for RTC, and khata certificate, if you want, based on how the khata has been effected, that mutation, that is 20 rupees is charging by the government, rate is fixed now today's. Now, if there is a authorities wants to describe the property and wants to clarify the property, what is the extent, where exactly it is situated in the village, so that can be taken into consideration. They have to take assistance from the survey authorities to recognize particular property, because I want to effect the khata or mutation in the name of the having possession. So therefore, he has to take assistance of the survey authorities. And 132 is concerned most important in this Revenue Act. The suits cannot be filed relating to effect of khata. My humble request, no suit is no suit is maintainable before the civil court relating to effect of kata, because duties and functions mentioned at chapter number 11, how to effect and what are the documents are necessary. Therefore, you have no right to file the suit against the revenue authorities relating to the entries, relating to the kata. This is suits are barred.
For everyone. It's very good, sir.
Please. Section 132 is suit is barred, going to file before the civil court relating to effect of mutation. So therefore, suit cannot be filed relating to making an application, because the procedural aspect clearly mentioned under the chapter 11 of the Karnataka Land Revenue Act. Next, 132, 133.
Sir, can you please repeat the last topic because of the disconnect? I'm not able to.
Right, madam. I want. Yes, section 131. 131 is the deputy tahsildar or tahsildar having any doubt relating to extent of land or identification of land, he shall go to take help from the survey authorities who comes under the revenue procedure. They have to assist to the tahsildar, or because based on the assistance he has to identify where exactly the agricultural land is situated. That is under section 131. He has to request, the authorities has to request to the survey authorities, kindly maybe please identify the land. That is the assistance can take. If I have made an application, my property is not identified, so kindly maybe direct the survey authorities to assist this about effect of mutation. I need your assistance to identify the land in question. That is under section 130. 132 is suit cannot be filed for effect of khata or mutation in respect of land is concerned. I am today giving the topic only agriculture land. I come to later some why the mutation is telling, why the khata is not telling. Likewise, there are some confusion. You should not take confusion. The mutation means khata in respect of agricultural land only. So you have to bear the mind. Sir, why khata is not going? Why the khata is not going to deal with relating to the agricultural land? Because khata cannot be issued immediately to the parties, because there are some procedural aspect. Therefore, they are not going to say that it is khata or mutation. Khata or mutation relating to agricultural land, one and the same. Now, presumption. If entries are available in the land, because this is very important for placing this document before the court. So the court can presume that who is the owner, who is having possession, that description is available in the RTC. The presumption can be taken by the court stating that so and so is the owner, and whatever description available in the partition, that can be accepted by the court until and unless contrary to be dispute raised by the other opposite party. So therefore, the presumption can be taken until and unless the contrary is available in respect of the mutation is concerned. Now, section 134, it is going to be issued certified copies of the mutation. Sorry, kindly maybe clarify. I am clarifying you. 132 relating to, it is relating to if the suit is filed, plaintiff is not disclosing anything, and if they have not filed, because I am telling you, those who are having a deep knowledge in the civil proceeding, they are going to make an application under section 132. What they are claiming, sir, as per the section 132, they have to submit their enclosures. They have not submitted along with the plaint. Therefore, the suit kindly may be reject. That is why the civil cases
So suit regarding
regarding anything, because now I am
one question.
going,
The suit
suit is regarding plaint, this permanent injunction or declaration. Permanent injunction or declaration, if we are going to file, if civil person indigently is making an application saying that all the particulars are not accompanied along with the plaint, and this section, it is applicable for the opposite party, and going to file saying that the suit is not maintainable, suit cannot be filed, cannot be accepted. That is 132. And 135 is concerned against the authority of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. You have no right to file suit against Tahsildar or revenue officer or anybody else. Harish, Mr. Harish,
Yes, sir.
mute your. And this suit cannot be filed against the Tahsildar, Deputy Commissioner or revenue authorities. That is under section 135. Now, for practical purpose, all these things available in the RTC, sir. RTC always you have to refer to look into the one RTC. But in the RTC, the names are appeared at column number 9. Column number 9 is available. It is very important, column number 9. First, you have to see column number 9. What are the rights available and how much extent is available? Everything is available at column number 9 of RTC. Then, though the name is appeared, column number 12 of whether he is a cultivator or having possession, it is going to show column number 12. 9 and 12 very important. 10 and 11 is describing whether this property has been mortgaged or third party right is created or not. All the particulars available at column number 10 and 11. 12 is cultivating personally and having possession of the agriculture land. So you have to look into the RTC, going to get the particulars. What is the extent of land? The total extent of land in survey number 100, total extent of land may be 100 acres. But in column number 12, the owner's name, how much he has purchased, how much he is having possession, how his name is entered, how much extent is available at column number 9. You have to look into column number 9 and 12 very much, because immediately if coming, sir, this is the land I am having, somebody is disturbing our possession, you have to look into these particulars. And one thing, remember that several judgments are passed by Honorable High Court, Supreme Court. There are judgments, RTC, tax paid receipt, and all the procedural aspect relating to the mutation is concerned, does not going to confirm the title of the party. The title must be based on registered document or inheritance or by way of succession. Likewise, you have to see only getting the mutation record, MR number, mutation register number. You have to get, that is MR number available at column number 9 and 10. It is available. Immediately you have to look into. Now, for example, I am giving to you MR number 10 is available pertaining to extent of land whose name stands in respect of agricultural land. I find out. But how he has acquired, how the title going to be confirmed, you have to go mutation. In the mutation, what is going to be right? I have made an application for effect of mutation based on this document, and this document is available. That is, the revenue authority is going to be entered, saying that he has placed the death certificate of his father, or partition deed, or sale deed, dated, register number, everything is available in the mutation. So therefore, because what happened, our country is very illiterate and agriculturist. They are not having knowledge. What is the mutation? What is the RTC? RTC itself, they are claiming that it is a mutation. My name is appeared. Kindly maybe protect my interest. Likewise, they are not. You have to convince them. You have to bring this mutation. Then after mutation and RTC, both are available before you. So whether you are going before the court under two documents to prove that I am declared as owner, no, it is not possible. The courts are not having jurisdiction to confirm the title through the revenue document. So therefore, I am repeatedly saying that the RTC and the mutation does not going to confirm any right. These are the documents to show the particulars of the property and what is the assessment to be made, what are the tax going to be payable to the government, and whether encumbrance is available. All the particulars are available in the RTC, and mutation, you can get the particulars, how the MR number affected in the RTC. So therefore, both the document is necessary for you to ascertain the right of the agriculturist or who is having right title to the property. So this is my humble request to you. While coming any person, you must ascertain the right, how you have. If the innocent agriculture, because it is inherited property, he can't get the title to him. But under the mutation, definitely it is available, saying that the father of so and so died on such and such date. Therefore, by way of inheritance, he has sought for effect of mutation and changed the entries, his name in the revenue record. That particular going to accept by the court, because that is the under section presumption is available for the court to prove that those who are having names in the RTC, they are the owner of the property. That can be ascertained from the RTC. So now section 135 is very clear. Against revenue authorities, you have no right to file suit in respect of RTC or anything, and suits are barred under the provision of law. Now 132, it is very clear. Just you go through by sit in the office, because intelligent advocate going to file application in the suit filed by you. If you have not accompanied such and such documents is available. There are 5 provision are available: certified copy of the ownership document, certified copy of the RTC, certified copy of the sketch, certified copy. Such 5 documents are not produced before the suit. Along with the suit, automatically he can claim. Suit can be dismissed under Karnataka Land Revenue Act also. That IA intelligently going to be dropped, saying that as if under section 132 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act, suit is not maintainable because he has not accompanied the copies of the document. Therefore, suit liable to be rejected or return the suit in favor of the plaintiff who has filed the suit before the court. So therefore, cleverly, you have to take advantage of section 132 intelligently before the civil court also. Any suit relating to the agriculture land is concerned. So therefore, I am requesting you, why the 132 has been incorporated, sir, Karnataka Land Revenue Act, and why it is not available in the CPC, where directly there is a provision to reject the suit under Order 7 Rule 11D, and no cause of action, no court fee has been paid. and barred by limitation, all these things available. Order 7, Rule 11. Such provision, when in that provision, this is the provision is not available because you have not accompanied certified copy and those documents required to establish the title or establish some provision of law. So therefore, you have to take advantage of this and intelligently you have to make an application under section 132. If you come across, if the suit is not filed by enclosing the certified copies of the document pertaining to agricultural land, where the injunction suit, where the declaratory suit has been filed, you have to take care of those documents, and this provision you have to utilize for purpose of your practice. Now, next important question is this. Every day you are come across before the assistant commissioner, hierarchy of the appellate authority. All these provision is available relating to effect of mutation. Now, you want to dispute this RTC and placing some more documents saying that the mutation got it effected in the name of so and so. It is not. And one thing you remember, I am telling you these two things you must remember. One is IA should be filed in civil suit. Another one is the Tahsildar is not having any rectification. He is not having right. Any sale deed, any mutation, he cannot rectify the mutation immediately on the application before the Tahsildar. So this also you bear in your mind. Tahsildar, why sir, when he himself effecting the mutation, why he cannot rectify it? Because subsequent document if he has placed. One thing I want to tell you, secrecy in this. You see, today I have purchased the property, but I have not taken possession from them. Such being the case, I am going to approach to the Tahsildar. Sir, I got the registered sale deed, kindly maybe effect the mutation. But his name is not appeared in the possession column. So therefore, Tahsildar cannot rectify immediately because the assessment has to be changes. Once you have making application, placing the sale deed before the authorities. Therefore, you have to take advantage of this and you have to file appeal before assistant commissioner. That is under section 136 class 2. Sir, because immediate practice is concerned, we are not going before Tahsildar for making any petition, enclosing the sale deed, enclosing the RTC, anything. We are not filing any petition on behalf of the purchaser, on behalf of inheritance, on behalf of survivors, anything before the Tahsildar, because advocates are not practicing before the Tahsildar. Only disputed cases where between the parties some dispute arises, we are going before the Tahsildar without making such objection. 136 class 2 appeal you should file before the assistant commissioner, and advocate is going to be prefer those appeals. Even party can file, but legal aspect is concerned because we are not having knowledge. For that purpose only, we are making appeal before the assistant commissioner. So before the assistant commissioner, what type of appeal you have to prefer? I have in last occasion, I have given the particulars of suit. Likewise, prepare the first appellant's name, full his address and respondent's address, and Tahsildar should be made as a party to the proceeding. Sir, I have approached Tahsildar, but Tahsildar is not going to rectify my name, incorporate in the RTC. So therefore, I am coming before your authority. Limitation is concerned, 3 months only, 3 months. So therefore, you have to make an application. One application is for limitation. If more than 3 months if it is delay caused for making an application to effect the mutation or to file an appeal before the Assistant Commissioner, you have to file IA along with the affidavit. The delay has been caused. Inordinate delay shall be exempted. I am having such and such documents. Please kindly maybe condone the delay for accepting the appeal. Along with the appeal, you have to make an application. Whatever the entry is available, it shall be stayed. That is another application, stay application you shall file. Just like injunction application you are going to file, add interim temporary injunction. Likewise, you have to seek stay the MR number. Particularly, you have to mention like this only. Be pleased to stay MR number 10/9293 relating to land measuring 2 acres in survey number situated at village, Hobli and Taluk. All the particulars you should mention in the application. The same thing in prayer column also. In appeal, while you are drafting the appeal, you have to mention all the full particulars which you want to question MR number before the Assistant Commissioner 136(2) appeal. Because why today I have chosen this subject. Immediately, sir, for practicing purpose, I am having more than 300 cases here, RTC cases. Why I am giving this particular chapter to you, while you are coming as a lawyer, somebody is coming, sir, RTC na Nesar Bandilla, my name is not incorporated, kindly maybe do something. Then you have to draft the appeal before the Assistant Commissioner and getting particulars of mutation as well as the RTC and any document, relevant document is available, you have to produce along with the suit. And whenever you are filing appeal, you must accompany MR number, particulars, that is mutation, or the Pahani you should accompany along with the appeal. These are the documents are very must and necessary when you are questioning the appeal before the Assistant Commissioner. He is only authority to issue direction to the Tahsildar, saying that this is the topic because so and so irregular took place and MR you are not properly considered. Therefore, I am directing herewith to effect the mutation in the name of appellant and by setting aside the MR number effected in the name, in so and so name. That is the order going to pass by the Assistant Commissioner. Assistant Commissioner is having direction to the Tahsildar to effect the mutation. And Tahsildar himself cannot rectify, himself cannot incorporate except the documents pertaining to the document. First document who is going to place that document. And somebody is disputing, that is automatically disputed cases. That those cases going to be heard by the Deputy Tahsildar as well as the Tahsildar, if any going to object. But rectification, either measurement or the name is concerned, only the Assistant Commissioner of concerned subdivision. Now I am sitting here. My jurisdiction comes under the Assistant Commissioner, Bangalore South Subdivision, Bangalore Urban District. Likewise, you have to mention in the Court of Assistant Commissioner, Bangalore South Subdivision, Bangalore, appeal number so and so, RA, regular appeal into bracket S means South, and bar 2021 and between. Likewise, memorandum of appeal under section 136 class 2 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act, and limitation is section 5 for condonation of delay, and stay is also you have to accompanying application under section 136 or 151. You have to make an application before the Assistant Commissioner. This is the appeal provision. Every day several disputes are available. I think they are sitting in twice in a week. 2 days, more than 100 or 150 cases are available every week. So likewise, this is easy practice for you when you are approaching the authorities by placing the document, filing the appeal, ought to have to hear the appeal by causing the notice to opposite side. Meanwhile, the stay is going to be granted. If the immediately the stay order has been granted, you have to make an application before Tahsildar. Kindly maybe incorporate in column number 11 because the proceeding is pending. So stay of MR number has been granted. That case number will be available in the RTC. So likewise, you have to file appeal because it is very, very easiest practice for you because several disputes are raised relating to the agriculture property is concerned. So now even the assistant commissioner has made irregular order. So what is the next remedy available to the party? Next is 130 section 136 clause 3 revision petition, not appeal, revision. Revise the order passed by the Tahsildar or the assistant commissioner which is passed in the appeal. Only the revision petition shall be available before the concerned deputy commissioner of concerned district. Revision petition, that is RP bar 2021. So it shall be memorandum of revision petition under section 136 clause 3 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. The whatever you have drafted, particulars are available for you in the appeal and same incorporate the subject matter facts of the case. First, you have to question saying that this revision petition preferred questioning the legality, regularity, correctness of orders passed by the assistant commissioner in appeal relating to MR number so and so, land so and so. Likewise, you have to file the revision petition before the deputy commissioner. You come before the deputy commissioner whenever immediately you are completing your course. You please come and sit in the revision court before the deputy commissioner. Every day available more than 100 and 120 revision petition is available. All these procedures laid down under the Karnataka Land Revenue Act. And if these facts, if you have brought before the court, the mutation can be effected. So my humble request, now all these over. Now where should we go, sir? If even deputy commissioner going to give the order of rejection of revision petition, then only remedy available before the High Court. High Court, you have to file a writ petition under jurisdiction of Article 226, 227, and saying that the deputy commissioner is the party, state government is the part. Whenever you are approaching before the High Court, you must, any order passed by the government authorities, the state government of concerned department, you shall be made as a party to the proceeding. State of Karnataka by its secretary, Revenue Department, Vidhan Soda, Bangalore. Second party is deputy commissioner, third party is assistant commissioner, fourth party is Tahsildar. These are the four parties must be made while you are filing the writ questioning the orders of deputy commissioner or assistant commissioner or the everybody. So all these provision, if it is closed, your doors are closed, you have to move the matter before High Court only. Now, there are several judgments. Whether High Court is having jurisdiction to direct to effect the mutation in the name of parties who is approaching in the writ jurisdiction. No. Only direction, setting aside by the orders of the AC, assistant commissioner and the deputy commissioner, directing the Tahsildar to effect the mutation. If there are irregularities are found in both orders, only the direction can be issued to the Tahsildar to effect the entry since those authorities are not properly assessed or the evidence placed by the both parties. So that can be available in the writ jurisdiction. So what is the next now? Even writ is failure. Where you have to go? Then only remedy available for declaratory relief without making Tahsildar, without making assistant commissioner, without deputy commissioner, without making them as a party. You have to go before civil court and you get a decree, absolute ownership. Decree title should be proved only before the civil court. That decree is also can be placed before the Tahsildar after getting the decree. Now, all these available. I think you know hierarchy, how should approach for mutation, everything, appeal, revision, high court, then civil court. Now, all these things are available. But still there is a hurdle for you to take advantage of getting the entry, your name in the revenue records. So then only the decree, you have to take advantage of decree and you have to file. So even otherwise, just because why I am giving these particulars, you see the problems are so much. The Tahsildar is not obeying the order. Tahsildar AC passed the order, he is not obeying the order. Even Deputy Commissioner is passing the order, he is not obeying. The remedy is available for us. Only direction to the authorities from the High Court only. Even 3 months, 4 months, likewise, you see the benefited to the advocates is concerned, for learning is concerned, in which media we should go, in which court we have to approach for getting relief to my client. Then you have to go, all these documents are available. Though you have win the appellate court or revisional court or high court, still there is a objectable before the Tahsildar. He don't want to pass immediate order immediately. So therefore you have to move the matter under Article 226 once again, saying that directing the authority, so many proceedings are took place, still they are neglecting, kindly maybe direction may be issued to the Tahsildar to effect the entries in accordance with law. So automatically the direction will be given within 3 months. It shall be incorporated as per the orders passed by the appellate authority or revisional authority or the civil court. So likewise, we are moving before the revenue courts, and these are the matters. You see how the benefited to the advocate is concerned. You must be intelligent. If you want to take advantage of this, advantage of the Land Revenue Act, any suit filed by the before the court, you take advantage of, because in that particular section 132 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act, there is purely mentioned, there is a incorporation. It is mandatory provision has been incorporated in that section. Any suit filed before the civil court, it can be rejected, it can be dismissed, non-compliance of the order, non-compliance of the procedural aspect under section 132, you have to go. Likewise, you have to go appeal, you have to go revision petition, you have to go writ petition, and another writ petition is also coming. So likewise, why we are getting on in the society, the advocates, why they are intelligently drafting all the pleadings is concerned. Easy method available for practice to you. Therefore, I am giving all the particulars relating to the chapter 11 of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. It is a burning problem. Every day dispute, every day revision petition, every day appeal is going to file before the court. Burning problem. Poor peoples are affecting, rich peoples are taking advantage. All these facts you have to gather from your client and file the appeal before assistant commissioner. If you are failure, file the revision petition before the deputy commissioner, writ petition. Even writ petition direction is not coming. And next, easily available for us contempt proceeding. Tahsildar, by name, we have to initiate to whom the High Court is directed. Easily we can move the contempt proceeding against the Tahsildar or Deputy Commissioner who has not obeyed the order of the authorities. Therefore, you have to take advantage of reading the paper, and if you want, you come to my office and get all the copies, and whatever you want to for your practice purpose, you come and collect from my office also. I am easily available for access those who are budding advocates. You need not worry at all. Yes. Is there any question for me?
Yes, sir. This is Chandra. So as mentioned, these revenue laws varies from state to state, or is it the same across India?
Same. Throughout
Okay,
India, Assistant Commissioner is having jurisdiction.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Right, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
So suppose High Court is rejected,
Yes.
then we'll go to Supreme Court, sir.
Civil court. Without making the Tahsildar or revenue authorities parties to the suit, you have to get who has objected your entries, or nobody has objected. Then you have to make an application. Only mandatory injunction you can seek before the court. Declare that I am absolute owner, and mandatory injunction with application of dispensation, because nobody has objected. I am having possession of the land, and the authorities are not effecting the mutation. So kindly maybe mandatory injunction directing the revenue authorities to effect the mutation, because I have approached before the court. I have directed to approach the civil court. Likewise, I am coming before the court. I want to establish my title. So you have to establish your title before the revenue, before the civil court.
So the second point is, and Assistant Commissioner, many cases are there that they're taking only 2 days per week or month. So many of the farmers is fighting this.
Sir,
Are you telling that?
now I am telling 90 I have filed. I got it disposed of 2021, sir, January month. Sir, if nobody is attending, you see, weekly once or twice, or monthly 4 sittings are there, sir. One sitting, if I am absent, automatically the matter will go after 3 months going to be called. Yearly 3 or 4 dates of hearing, but easily available for budding lawyers to file the appeal, file the revision petition, file the writ petition. No problem. Yes, sir.
But 3 months you told no, sir. That is not possible, sir. 3 months, duration of 3 months you told no. That is not possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is not possible, sir. But the provision, because for practical purpose, our advocate practice is concerned, it is very easiest method to us to can take advantage of this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
So when the person is actually only positioned from ages and no title about the land, is that Tahsildar can be exercised the rule of property?
Eviction proceeding, sir. Eviction proceeding he is having under Karnataka Land Revenue Act, sir.
Oh, so in that case, he can create a title for person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So is there any time limit, sir?
Sir, there is no time limit. I have told you no on last occasion. 30 years against the government, you are continuously enjoying the property. You must show 30 years I am having possession. You must declare as I am the title owner. You have not disturbed my possession. You can object for their eviction notice, because eviction notice immediately they cannot take, sir. Only they have to issue notice, provide time to them, then calling him to produce document you are having or not. Meanwhile, on issuance of notice, immediately you can approach civil court to get the title adverse position against the government. Government, you should make a party, state government, that is state of Karnataka by its Secretary Revenue Authority, Tahsildar and Assistant Commissioner. These three necessary parties if you want to claim adverse position of the title to the property.
Okay. Thank you. But actually, recently I observed there is some, because of India is a lot of corrupted and some people are occupying the government lands and they're getting a notice from the Tahsildar and with the notice going to the High Court and get the stay order.
Yes.
And they are in that position from the ages and then continuing that because the Tahsildar and other people are also corrupted. That's why they given a notice and all. So that's how the people, as per my understanding, recent trends, that's how people are actually occupying the government land in this manner. So is courts are is that something is really acting on these kind
Sir,
of
these are
activities?
all declared as quasi-judicial in nature. Quasi-judicial. Strictly, they are not following CPC. That is the main problem, sir. Now our courts are dealing with all the declaration, injunction, everything is available jurisdiction under the provision of CPC. But here, Land Revenue Act, there are procedural aspect. They have to effect only by applying mind application of the Civil Procedure Code. This is the problem. I think I want to tell you one example. Just recently, I think in newspaper it appears. One Tahsildar and AC and Deputy Commissioner, all the three person went near Bommenhalli, Bommenhalli, and they have evicted SC/ST land, which is in his occupation. In spite of showing his grant certificate, grant was made in his favor, but still he has been evicted and incorporated name of the government in RTC. And he has questioned, sir, I am having all necessary document. I abruptly they have evicted. In spite of I have shown. Immediately the Honorable High Court taken cognizance for illegal eviction and unauthorized eviction without verifying the document whether he is a grantee or not, even though he has submitted the documents at the spot, but they have not taken seriously. Immediately the High Court took the in the writ petition and they have been kept under suspension, recently revoked. So what you have told me that corruption, everything, this is all these things acted upon, sir. What we have to, our remedy is available, civil court and high court, sir.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, there is I think, recently I have seen in the newspaper, DC and AC, the power of giving the civil jurisdiction, they are taken out. I think these are going on a talk.
Sir,
They want to-
it
they want
is
to
under
revoke.
discussion, sir, under
Okay.
discussion. Now, the
Oh.
law of the land is already declared. The
Yes, sir.
revenue authorities having no jurisdiction to question about the title to the parties.
That's true, sir. Sir, and also one more question, sir. Sorry.
Yes.
Sir, as you rightly mentioned, the grant is, I think, grant land which has been given to somebody else. After
Yes.
maybe grant is done, then the actually the who is that absolute owner, or maybe you can say who is in the position for last 40 years or 50 years.
Yes.
How that will, after 40 years, the grantee come out and he is asking that grant belongs to my grandfather. Why now he's not? I am not absolute one. Sorry, I am not in the position. Can you get that land? How the case will
Sir,
go?
one law of the land is available, sir. I think you are very much aware about Karnataka SC/ST transfer of certain provision of land Act 1978 SC/ST land.
Okay.
Now, throughout Karnataka, more than I think so, several acres of land has been granted to in the name of SC/ST under free of cost. That is 1946 onwards, 1950 up to 1960. It is granted in favor of SC/ST only. That the 1978, the law came into operation saying that no land can be alienated without getting permission from the government. So likewise, even 40 years, the government is the owner. Therefore, they cannot alienate the property without getting permission from the government. That is the law under Section 4 of SC/ST Act, that is PTCL Act, prohibition of transfer of certain land. SC Karnataka SC/ST bracket prohibition of transfer of certain land Act 1978. Now one thing is available there, just to look into. There are grant certificate has been issued in their name. 15 years has been mentioned, but last clause has been put them stating that these lands are granted in favor of you under free of cost, but without prior permission, you should not alienate. Government is the owner. Likewise, that act came into effect, and several lands are restored by virtue of the direction of the Assistant Commissioner. Assistant Commissioner is the authority. We have to file a petition before the Assistant Commissioner under that act, and Appellate Authority is the Deputy Commissioner, again writ. These are the provision under that act, wherever the land granted in favor of SC/ST. Even that act is applicable for site also. If site, government site is granted free of cost, that is Asraya scheme, it is also affected. It can be restored by the government is the owner. The family members, that is 2 bar is there. One is partition among them, or their survivors should enjoy the property, or under the will can be bequeathed the property by the father among the family members, not beyond the family.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. And I will give the grant, how to make the grant. There are, first is ex-serviceman, second is SC/ST, third is income persons, lesser income person, fourth one is the society. Likewise, the grant to whom they are going to, because it is special enactment has been made relating to the government land is concerned, how to grant, how to notify it. All these facts I will bring on the next occasion.
Sure. Sir, sorry, just to add up. In 46 onwards, the grant has been started.
46 onwards, yes.
Before independence.
Yes. This is 30 years is not
Before
applicable.
independence.
Sir, 30 years is not applicable. One thing, just you should not keep in your mind against the government who can move the matter 30 years adverse position, because even though SC/ST grant has been made, they are not in question. Therefore, I am entitled to adverse position against those grants. No, adverse position is not applicable, those grants. Because adverse position under section 65.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, this is a separate class to please take, sir. Sir, we are requesting this separate class to take, sir. This is
Sir, separate. Every week I want to bring for the practical purpose, for practice purpose. I think it is very understandable for you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Because SC/ST.
Yeah, that act is. I want to bring that. When I am community when I am coming for the grant, I will bring that enactment as well as the grant provision. How to make the grant and all these things. There are under Karnataka Land Revenue Act in Rule 43 is available, 43J is available. Everything is available. Now, one thing you want to learn. You have to take advantage of this lesson is concerned. Khata certificate going to issue in respect of site only. by the jurisdictional authorities, municipality, gram panchayati, and they are going to assess the fixing the tax. Khata certificate in respect of sites is required. So now one thing in your mind maybe arises, but still I want to inform you. Under the Karnataka Land Revenue Act, section 94 is available. That 94 is available only the deputy commissioner having jurisdiction to convert the land from agriculture to non-agricultural purpose. That conversion order is available. Then only you are entitled to purchase the site after farming the site. And that layout plan going to be approved by the BMRD, BDA, BBMP. Likewise, the authorities shall approve the layout, then only you are eligible for purchase of the site after conversion only. Site is not going to farm. There is no description available in Karnataka Land Revenue Act. It is a revenue site. It is a converted site. No, converted order on passing, approval by the planning authorities. They have to approve. Then only you are eligible to purchase the site in the said localities. Is there any question? Madam Priya, you are kept quiet, I think. Hello? Hello? Audible? Hello?
The information that you were providing. Could I go ahead and ask you the question?
Please, ma'am.
Okay, sir, this is maybe much before we were born. There's this layout that we were interested in and we bought sites.
Yes, madam.
So this is in Whitefield. So what happened is, however, it came under the jurisdiction of a panchayat.
Yes.
So the taxes
Assessed by the panchayat.
were initially paid to the panchayat. So,
Yes.
correct, sir. So one of the houses we have.
One of the house,
We
madam.
have still not bought the khata, but we are regularly BBMP now. So, yes. So one of the houses we have been able to procure the khata. The reason being it was built recently, but the house which was built in 92, we have not been able to get the khata, but we have been regularly paying the taxes. So how do we approach this? Because when you know how it is when you approach the BBMP office, if you do not know the law, they will
Just
make
one
you
thing I
go
want to
around
tell
it.
you, madam. I want to tell you for this. Your area comes under KR-Puram jurisdiction.
Mahadevpura.
Yes. Krishnaspuram, you
Correct.
have to approach to the BBMP authority. If the tax is paid to the panchayat, that panchayat records is available before the BBMP.
Okay.
That based on that, if their panchayat records were transferred, automatically they have to assess the property and issue khata in your favor. Because my college is situated in Medhalli, Deedan. Then
Yes.
I have made an application because Medhalli is village. The layout has been formed in the revenue land. So therefore you are unable to get the particulars because it is not converted land. Likewise, objection has been made. Then I approached the authorities. I am ready to pay the development charges because at the time when our sites are not converted land, which is situated in revenue layout. So therefore, I have made an application. I am ready to pay the development charges. Kindly maybe grant the license to put up construction. They have granted me. So likewise, you have to make an application before the BBMP authorities. This land was purchased in the year.
Because, yeah, you're right, sir. I totally agree with whatever you're saying. However, the procedure is
Procedure is
very long run, because we have approached them twice, and both the times what they have done is ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಣ ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡೋಣ. So it's more like an underhand business. You give me money, I'll do it. So, and you know how the value of the land has gone up everywhere.
Yes.
So how do we circumvent this and
Only
ensure that we do not have to pay under?
immediate remedy available to you to approach the High Court, seek the direction. I have approached the authorities on such and such date, but till today khata is not affected or my property is not assessed. I unable to develop my property. I unable to.
Tax assessments are happening, sir. Tax assessments are happening in a diligent and
Collecting the
regular
tax
manner, if I have to say so.
Yeah. Then you,
collecting
then you, if they want, if
the tax is happening. That
no. What I am suggesting you, if causing the delay for
There is no-
effecting the khata in your name, you have to approach to the High Court for seeking direction to effect the khata. No problem.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you for answering my question so well. Thank you.
Welcome. Is there any question, sir?
From me, sir. I'm Subhash here, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir. Sir.
That area is
Yes, sir.
because A khata, how it is
A khata and B khata, sir. A khata and B khata difference is like this. A khata is always for converted land because they have paid the development charges at the time of forming the layout. B khata means it is not available for them to collect the development charges, but only for collecting the taxes. Purpose that B khata has been introduced by the government.
Sir, but A khata and B khata are not applicable for agricultural land, right? It's only for
No. Only site.
Yeah, only site. Yeah. Just clarifying, sir, for whoever.
Yes.
Okay.
Only site. That is mutation and RTC. It is only for the purpose of the agricultural land.
Sir, this is Shainish.
Yes.
One quick question, sir. Last a few months back, I believe, there was a news that BBMP Ekata is going to be nullified, or it may not be valid anymore.
Yes.
So what exactly is the plan, and why exactly is the angle?
Why, sir, one thing, there are 6 city municipal councils are merged with BBMP. That is Brahat, Bangalore, Mahanagarapalika. So far, in those areas, sir, A khata and B khata, they have permitted. Now collecting the taxes. Now they want to remove those khatas, that is A and B khatas, and the entire BBMP area where the BBMP area is comprising, they want to collect the taxes more than recognizing, because what happened, several buildings are coming in revenue layouts, and those are having only B khata. So that is the problem, sir.
Okay, so nothing is going to happen to the A khata as such, but they are trying to expand their jurisdiction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I understand, A khata property charges is higher than the B khata property.
No, sir. Not charges, because already converted, and for which development charge they don't want to collect relating to A khata is concerned. B khata is concerned, they have to collect development charges only after assessment. The government is still under discussions of this for fixing the charges relating to B khata is concerned, because development charges they have not collected so far. Only tax is collecting and recognizing that it is comes under BBMP.
So net the point, objective, or the purpose of doing it mostly gain the income.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I think relating to Chapter 11 of Revenue Act, I think very clear to you how to effect the mutation, how to effect the khata in the name of the agricultural land is concerned. So you please, it is my addressing this function is concerned. It is fruitful for you. Is there any question then? Shall
Absolutely,
I
it was very helpful, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome, sir.
Lecture, sir. It's a good lecture. Definitely, we will access the knowledge for more
Yes.
knowledge about this.
Yes. Next hearing, I may take this one. Which one? Grant or NI Act? I want to teach you. NI Act. Next week I will take.
Even SCST Act also, please see.
Oh, when the grant comes, definitely it will come, sir.
It has a
That
more,
act automatically it will come.
because 90% layouts are SCST land only. They are doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall I, today topic, shall I close it, sir, now?
Absolutely,
Yes,
sir. Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good night.
Thank you,
sir.
Yes,
Well-
sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks a
Welcome,
lot, sir.
Welcome, sir.